Almost always, if you ask a smoker if they can point a finger at the main reason they light up a cigarette, they will tell you that stress is one of the biggest factors involved. In fact, in moments of stress, a smoker is 10 times more likely to light up a cigarette in an attempt to calm and relax their body. Even though the effects from the cigarette are usually only short term, until the next time they light up a cigarette, it's a process which gets repeated because this is the subconscious programmed response that the mind has learnt to run. During the growth and development of a child, he or she almost certainly experiences moments of stress. And in these moments, more times than not, the parent is there to provide comfort. But comparing the stress that children might experience against the stress that an adult may be experiencing might be somewhat foolish. However, the same learned physical and mental responses occur. The only difference is that a child may become stressed because he or she wants a feed. They cry because they are hungry and they learn that mum or dad will come running and provide soothing comfort and maybe even a feed. When an adult experiences the same emotions, their mind also reaches out for a way to find comfort. Now, we would obviously jump up and down if, when a child was stressed or anxious, we handed them a cigarette. However, after being a smoker for almost 20 years, I too went through the very same patterns. Eventually, the activity of smoking took part in almost every circumstance and during almost every emotion I was feeling, both good or bad. Our adult bodies deal with stress in the same manner as a child. We all have the inbuilt mechanisms to deal with stress, as it's a natural response for our minds to find the easiest way to get around and get back to balance. For a smoker, our mind learns to substitute these inbuilt mechanisms with cigarettes, as this becomes the easiest and quickest way for our bodies to get back to balance. So, how does this reprogramming actually happen? For a smoker, the problem starts from the very first time they have the very first cigarette. Of course, in the beginning, it's not such a big deal, and the mind has not yet connected all the dots. When a smoker first starts to smoke, they may have only 1 or 2 smokes every now and then. But as time goes on, the activity of smoking increases due to the effects of the drugs found in the cigarettes. As time goes by, the more often we have a smoke whilst under stress, the more we reinforce these new links in our mind with the act of smoking. And this does not only happen with stress, it actually happens with any emotion we are feeling at the time we are having a cigarette. And remember, these emotions can be both good and what we might call bad emotions. Our minds tend to look for the most direct path to find release from stress. So having put 2 and 2 together, it's not hard to recognize the relaxation we feel when we have a cigarette has some soothing effect on stress. Even though this may be short-lived, the bond between stress and smoking is already present. This is why so many smokers find it so hard to quit, as in the very moment they are under stress, the subconscious mind reminds them to light up a smoke. So naturally, when they are attempting to quit, they are already under stress. So what does their mind tell them to do? It instructs them to light up another smoke, as this is how we have learnt to cope with stress. The very thing we are attempting to get rid of is also what the subconscious mind is instructing us to do. This subconscious program repeats itself over and over and over, and the more stressed you get, the more it repeats itself. So no wonder it's so bloody hard to give up. So what can we do about it? EFT can release the emotional links in our subconscious mind, thus helping to release the bonds we have with stress and cigarettes. EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique, is being used worldwide to help individuals overcome any emotion which is keeping them back. So for a smoker, EFT can be used to release all the emotional reasons we continue to smoke. So if you would like to learn more and know more about EFT and how it can help you release the emotional reasons that keep you bonded to cigarettes, then I suggest you go to Google and maybe search for a couple of these terms. Go to Google and enter "stop smoking with EFT," or enter "EFT quit smoking," or another phrase such as "quit smoking with EFT." If it's come time for you to give up cigarettes, then the first place you should start is looking at how to release the bonds and links formed in your subconscious mind that keeps you coming back to cigarettes time and time again. Once you release these links, you have exponentially 100% increased opportunity of giving up for good.